is cooking.
WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
The longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
And he's obviously Michael Cole.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Because that's what this show's about. That's what we've been doing for over 16 years.
No. It's about sports entertainment.
And now here are your hosts of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Will you stop marking out over there?
Sorry.
Move over, kid. I'm taking your microphone.
You're shallow, you know that?
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I don't remember what the hell I do anymore.
Shut up!
There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here alongside Ted Efaw. Yes, okay, not exactly. He's alongside in the other room prepping for the Country Roads coming up at 1. Lucas is en route, I believe, as he said that he would be running a little bit late, but didn't note exactly how long. Although, he just actually texted mere minutes ago saying on his way. So we'll probably get him for the second half of the show. So I'll just carry it for the first half and kind of go from there. All right, lots to get into this week. Oh, wow. Including a little bit of a tease, for lack of a better term, from a week ago, actually last Saturday night, where I almost feel like I want to save this for when Twitch gets here because it's his boy, CM Punk, teasing his Twitter followers Saturday night with the possibility of fighting on the UFC 225 event. I know, I'll give you a chance to calm down, think, oh, wait, is he coming back to WWE? No, he's not. At least, unless it's one of the biggest swerves in wrestling history. But no, he's looking to, I guess, get a mulligan or a Tosh.0 web redemption, perhaps, from the fight from a little while ago, as Punk is still under contract with UFC, but has not fought since his loss to Mickey Gall, actually 17 months ago today, back on September 10th of 2016. And that UFC 225 event will be coincidentally held on June 9th in his hometown of Chicago, Illinois. So I think that's why he's been throwing that out there. And UFC officials are pretty much on board with it. They're discussing the idea of Punk facing Mike Jackson at that event, and MMAfighting.com's Ariel Helwani reporting the news and adding that, quote, discussions are in the early stages with no final decision made just yet, end quote. Also of note, Jackson also has a record of 0-1 and coincidentally also lost to Mickey Gall. So it's almost like the rubber match, I suppose, or kind of, all right, who is the better among those who lost to Mickey Gall, I suppose, or something along those lines. I don't know. We'll see what Twitch has to say about that coming up a little bit later. Also, this I thought was kind of interesting, at least for those who are more inclined to wear hats than I am, I guess, for lack of a better way of phrasing it. Leading omnichannel sports licensed retailer Lids Sports Group announced a new partnership on Tuesday with WWE, gaining the licensing rights to create on-demand WWE headwear. Yeah, that's right. So WWE hats specifically made by Lids. The new licensing agreement allows for Lids to embroider the names, logos, and autographs through something called Embroidergraph. I didn't even know that was a thing, of WWE superstars and legends on WWE licensed headwear within its stores and upon orders online. So, another reason to go to the mall, as I guess there have been not as many reasons over the course of the last few years. I don't know. Malls aren't quite what they used to be. At least that's my best guess. I don't know. Also, for those who, actually, no, I'll save that for when Lucas gets in. I'm sure he has more of the scoop on it than I did, as I had to be in here super early and didn't get the chance to check out last night's Honor Reigns Supreme, courtesy of Ring of Honor. But from what I heard, it was fantastic and good to see a few folks whom I've worked with over the last few years, getting a chance to shine in Ring of Honor, including the Kingdom and, well, of course, Josh Woods, as well as Punishment Martinez, just to name a couple there, looking at the card real quick. This I thought was interesting. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Yeah, he's back to things here. He announced that he will produce and star in the NBC series The Titan Games. And, oh, would you look at that? Well, hey, a few minutes late is better than what I had. When you had said on your way, I figured you were probably going to get here around 12:30. But welcome, Lucas Twitch DeSangro.
Sorry.
Still.
Thank you. Sorry, I had to run home, grab a few things. So.
Apparently you're doing your Batman impression.
I wish.
You wish it was that. That's actually a pretty good one, too. That's why
It's a cross between that and Lucille Ball at the end of her life. Desi always was a jealous son of a gun.
That took a really dark turn really quickly.
Well, I'm not exactly feeling that. I'm sorry. Not exactly feeling 100%, but, show must go on.
Absolutely. And so it shall, yes. So, I don't know if you had heard on the way over here, but your boy, CM Punk, in the news.
Yeah, I heard way before that. Let's be honest. I've been keeping tabs on Punk. Let's be real here. Well, not tabs, but,
I was going to say, should he be looking for a PFA or something from you? Like
from that, I mean...
restraining order? Or
No, I meant I have notifications on his Twitter whenever he tweets stuff, because,
Can see it now with Twitch over here. CM Punk, I'm coming for you, fighter.
No. I would like to stay away from the UFC as much as possible. Thank you very much.
Well, I couldn't say the other Booker T thing, so I had to put something in there that worked.
I know. I understand. Speaking of Booker T, are we going to talk about that at all today on the
show? Yeah, that's...
Because Corey Graves, we coming for you, sucker.
Yeah, apparently instead of Hulk Hogan, it's now Corey Graves. That is a great segue into that. A big beef or much ado about nothing? I guess we'll see.
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah, Booker T inviting his fellow WWE broadcast team member Corey Graves to appear on his Heated Conversations podcast to clear the air. Clear the air about what, you may ask? Well, it followed Booker blaming Graves on last week's show for costing him his position on the Raw broadcast team, and then going further and saying that he would fight him if they met on the street. Say
Book.
what?
Book.
What?
Did you see what Corey Graves tweeted out afterwards?
I didn't see Corey Graves' response to that. All I saw was his response to the invite on Twitter from yesterday.
Well, I will say that his tweet, that it wasn't directly at Booker T, but he did parenthesis it, or put in parentheses, yes, this is exactly what that is about. And it was a quote from The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
Huh.
It was, let me see if I can pull it up here real quick. It was very funny.
Here it is. Thus the expert in battle moves the enemy and is not moved by him.
In parentheses.
Yes, this is what you think this is, or it is.
God, I love
See, I didn't pick anything up from it, so I would just looked at it and thought, okay, it's a quote from Sun Tzu. But I tend to have a little more naivete to a lot of things.
Well, I have a lot of friends who have mastered the art of passive aggressiveness, so it was pretty easy to pick up on that one.
And I wouldn't be one of them, so I don't know.
Sure. See? I'm doing it right now. Joking, obviously.
That one I definitely picked up on. Unbelievable. In here for like 4 minutes and already just causing trouble.
See what you've done? Be proud. Jerk.
Yeah, is that for a throwback?
How long ago was that?
Well,
who was that laughing? Was that Nick?
That was Nick.
Oh
yes,
my
that was
gosh.
Nick Cataldi,
Oh
the late former producer of the show here. So there's an idea how long ago that was. I don't even remember the context of it, but it was just hysterical. And I was salty at the time.
At the time.
Don't you dare. I saw those eyes start to widen, like, don't you even.
Darn it. All right, fine. Is there
So
anything else?
you've got a title match later tonight. You want to make sure that you make it to that.
You never know. Maybe I'm feeling a bit self-destructive. I'm not, but...
That would definitely be a first. See, now I'm picking up on the... See? Yeah,
No, actually, I'm not being feeling self-destructive. But, I appreciate...
that's good. So no suicide dives tonight in your match?
Oh, there are never suicide dives. I'm too scared my feet are going to get caught on the ropes on the way out, and I'm just going to fall and hit my head, because Blue Meanie said it best. I could stomp out a forest fire with the size of my feet.
There that is. That is imagery that's not going to go away.
Yeah, I have big feet.
Anyway, back to the Booker T thing. So, yes, after the invite, Graves...
This took a very awkward detour, if I must say so.
I would expect nothing less from you.
Thank you.
So anyway, Graves accepting the invitation via his Twitter page, simply saying, quote, "Gladly, you have my number." And just leaving it at that. In response to Booker saying, "I'm going to address all the news from this past week on my show tomorrow." He posted this yesterday. "There's been a lot of things said, and I'd like to publicly invite Corey Graves to call in and clear the air." So that discussion should air in a podcast later today.
You know, you started to have a feeling if you were watching Raw, which I'm not sure how many people do at this point, but I do. And you just would sense the tension. Like they would, I thought it was just them constantly busting Booker T's Mahoney's, but turns out maybe he was taking it more than he should have, or maybe it was more just masquerading as Mahoney busting, but they were really trying to get some digs in there because, oof. They were really pointing out some flaws in Booker T's logic.
Oh, okay. So that may have been something where it went from crossing the lines of television presentation and kind of getting a little bit more personal.
Maybe not personal, but it was more of pretty much calling him out on when he would say something that in a kayfabe sense would be questionable, like in terms of like, okay, I'm not layman's terms. They were pretty much calling him out for stinking at being a commentator.
Fair enough. I mean, I do that, and it's not like you're ready to fight me in the street. At least I don't think so.
No.
Are you?
No.
Okay.
No, I swear.
Just making sure. Well, maybe not now, because you're rolling in here with the tissue box and the halls and the Batman voice. So obviously you're a little under the weather at the moment.
Yes. Swear to me. I always wanted to say that. There was just never...
There was never a moment to say... So this was your opportunity?
Look, there's a microphone in front of my face, and, you know, it wasn't a dirty thing to say, so, sure, yeah.
Fair enough. Anyway, getting back to right when you had walked in here, so did you hear about the Titan Games?
No. Is it like a weightlifting thing?
Not exactly. It's going to be a new series that The Rock will be producing and starring in. Deadline.com offering the description. In each episode, competitors from across America will step inside an arena and put themselves to the ultimate test by facing one of 6 reigning Titans. If a contender can defeat one of the existing Titans, they will take their place as a member of the elite Titan group. Once one becomes a Titan, they will need to be victorious every week to remain at the top. The season finale will end with an epic battle where the Titans compete against one another in hopes to become the last male and female standing.
It's almost like American Gladiators in a sense?
That's the vibe I got from it. It was like American Gladiators meets, not the TV series, King of the Hill.
Yeah, in a sense.
God dang it, Rocky. Nah, yeah.
Dang
I don't
it,
think
Bobby.
Yeah.
What? Boy, ain't right.
Yeah, no, that would be a crossover that I don't
Sort of.
think would work off so well.
I would still pay money to see it.
Man, it's been a while since I've seen that series.
Hitting people with propane tanks, man. It's awesome. Put them on the ends of a stick, like the jousting things.
The pugilist sticks with propane tanks on either end.
Propane and propane accessories.
I don't think there's an amount of padding that would be able to prevent the CTE that would occur from that.
Who cares, man? It's a cartoon.
I thought you were talking for the Titan games.
Oh, no. I just want to see King of the Hill, but them do American Gladiators. It's a cartoon. Doesn't matter. They killed Kenny off in so many episodes of South Park, and then they just brought him back the next episode.
I don't know if I can say that one. I'll keep it safe. Okay, Ted didn't get wide-eyed, but still. Yeah.
I don't think he...
Not play it to chance.
I don't know if he gets the reference.
Probably.
Oh, he gets it? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Didn't strike me as somebody who watched South Park. You seem more like a Family Guy or Simpsons person to me.
Or maybe King of the Hill.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I mean, it's part of the country roads mindset. I don't know where you're going with that, so we're going to play Name That Tune here as we take a break, and we'll come back with more stuff, take a look at the upcoming Elimination Chamber lineup, an interesting interview with Rey Mysterio that we'll talk about, and some news coming up with him. Also, it's time for that quarterly report where we get to hear about how the network and other money things for WWE is doing.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yay. All that and more here on Pro Wrestling Weekly on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
You won't see termites crawling across your floor, but thousands might be devouring the wood in your walls, weakening the structure of your home. For over 50 years, termite proofing and pest control of the Delaware Valley has been in the exterminating business. If you think you have a pest problem, they're the experts. Call them today at 215-639-5455. That's 215-639-5455 for TPPC. Termite proofing and pest control of the Delaware Valley gives your home or business peace of mind, knowing your pest problem is in their hands. Located at 1560 Bristol Pike in Bensalem, they use only EPA-approved material applied by licensed technicians. Call Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley at 215-639-5455.
Join Rebecca's Forecast Tuesday at 10 a.m. She'll take your calls, questions, and fill you in on what's happening for your personal sun sign. Join Rebecca's Forecast once again every Tuesday at 10 a.m. right here on 1490 WBCB.
There's a threat targeting America. Lyme disease. Spread by tiny ticks, this dangerous disease can cause life-changing health problems and is now more widespread than West Nile, tuberculosis, and HIV/AIDS combined. So it's time for us to target Lyme disease. That means checking for ticks when you've been outside and seeing a doctor if you experience the warning signs, which can include joint pain and flu-like symptoms. Learn how you can target Lyme disease at targetlyme.org. Brought to you by the Stephen and Alexandra Cohen Foundation and this station.
Your health is your most precious asset. Tune in to St. Mary Healthline Wednesday at 9 a.m. for advice on how to better manage your health. You will hear about important medical issues from the doctors and professionals across all service lines from St. Mary Medical Center. You will have the opportunity to talk or email your questions to the experts who can help you live a healthier lifestyle. St. Mary Healthline, Wednesdays at 9 a.m. It's your health. Expect more.
See, he's got the Luigi death stare from Fearon, so he might have to...
I didn't give you the Luigi death stare. That's not true.
You're breaking kayfabe.
Breaking kayfabe. We're going to break something else during this commercial.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your hosts, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Are we getting into that controversy again?
I know how it feels, and it's not fun.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry alongside, and still, Lucas Twitch DeSangro.
And still. I mean, I didn't change my name or anything.
Well, I was more so putting over your conspicuous by its absence title. Was there something that I missed, or you just didn't bring it with you because you had enough stuff to haul?
It's in my gear bag.
Oh, okay.
And yes, I did have enough stuff to haul, and I was running late. So
fair enough. That'll definitely do it here.
I already have enough reasons for you to Mahoney bust. I don't need 7 more.
Indeed. And speaking of that defense, it all comes down tonight at the Shake-Up, courtesy of the MFPW.
If anyone knows about shaking, it's me. It's a Tourette streak, ladies and gentlemen.
I see what you did there. Well, at least it's not from shaking in fear, as in primal fear.
Oh, no.
As that's who you'll be defending. You and TJ Rays will be defending the MFPW tag team titles in a rematch against the team you defeated to win them, Primal Fear.
Yes.
Time to see whether or not that was a fluke up in Frenchtown.
'Twas not a fluke.
I'll have to use that for later tonight. Fluke in Frenchtown. Okay. Also,
The
you'll see
Frenchtown fluke.
The Frenchtown fluke, exactly.
Sort of like, what was it? Crap, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're gearing up for tonight.
The shot heard around the world, sort of something like that.
There we go. As opposed to the Shockmaster heard around the world.
Well, I mean, maybe not around the world, but those walls breaking were pretty loud.
Indeed. You'll also see the rescheduled Bull James against Getty Cahoon of the Unstable 3. And
that would be his name if he went to Impact, so there's something. Or NXT. What's Getty Cahoon doing in the Impact Zone?
Yeah, very possibly. They're flipping around little things like that. And speaking of the Unstable 3, Michelle takes on the returning Clutch Adams.
And they're accompanied by Dr. Carl. Dr. Carl.
Dr. Carl Martin, yes, under the care and supervision.
Hi, everybody.
I don't think he sounds like that. Even if you weren't sick. I don't think he quite sounds like...
Who, Carl or Dr.
No,
Nick?
Carl. Or, well, both.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not about to try because I know that I can't go there. Also, Rex Lawless will be in action in a battle of the big men, as they have quite a history. Fala Ba taking on
I'm sorry,
Wildman
who's taking
Congo.
on Rex Lawless? I was distracted.
I said Rex Lawless will be in action. His opponent is yet to be determined.
My apologies. I left my cough drops at home, my other strength cough drops, and trying to arrange something, a drop-off of sorts.
Gotcha. So, plus, just announced not too long before we made it on the air here, apparently a number one contender battle royal will be tonight.
For what, exactly?
For the heavyweight championship of the MFPW to take on Leon St. Giovanni LSG.
Oh, you don't say. Quite interesting.
I figured you already knew because you're all on top of the MFPW posts.
For the most part, I was at work and I didn't think anything else was added, so I was just liking and sharing and trying to promote mindlessly. Blindly. Don't give me that If you can veto me saying something smart, I can veto that. Hopefully.
That was all I was going to say. Unless you'd rather I bring it up on the air.
We both know that's not the best idea.
Fair enough.
Careful, Icarus.
I'm not going anywhere near the damn sun. So
it's very cold here. I hope we're not.
Anyway, check out the MFPW and all things Monster Factory on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as at monsterfactory.org. And check out past matches, bios, bloopers, and more at the mfnetwork.com. You're trying to start another Booker T. Corey Graves thing here for a second.
No, not at all. It's all just good banter, fun.
Is it?
I hope so. God, I hope somebody finds this amusing.
Indeed. So, yeah, how Elimination Chamber, speaking of things shaping up nicely in this case. So far, 3 matches set on the card, 2 of which are the aforementioned Elimination Chamber matches.
Yes.
We'll start with the one that isn't, because ladies first, even though 2 of the 3 matches announced are ladies' matches. Asuka against Nia Jax, where if Nia wins, she will be added to the WWE Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania 34. In the words of Artie Johnson, very interesting, but not stupid.
Okay. Why? Why?
Well, just the thought of Nia Jax being added to the mix at WrestleMania. Plus, I mean, those two have both been on a tear in WWE, so to see them go head-to-head, that should be a fairly interesting matchup.
Fair enough.
That's what I was going for.
I sort of wanted to see her in the chamber. But I think I understand where they're going.
Yeah, that's an attraction on its own without the chamber. I can definitely see that. However, those in the chamber would include the Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss, and she has 5 contenders trying to take that title into WrestleMania. Those being Bayley, Mandy Rose, Mickie James, Sonya Deville, and Sasha Banks.
Yeah, that's I really don't know who's going to be
Well, I'm not pegging you for a prediction now. We got a couple of weeks until
I understand
until the
that, but I still don't even think in a couple of weeks who,
that one will still be up in the air at that point. Gotcha.
probably.
And then for the men's Elimination Chamber match, 5 of the 6 slots determined. A number 1 contender match to face Universal Champion Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 34. You've got Braun Strowman, Elias, John Cena, Roman Reigns, and The Miz. And to be determined.
And then there's Maud.
And then there's Maud.
Yeah, it's...
How 1972 of you.
Thank you. I do my best.
Yet I'm the one with the afro. Go figure.
I can't grow an afro.
No, that's not quite working out for you.
Nope. Isn't there a fatal 4-way though? On Monday. That's going to determine who the 6th spot will be for.
I believe that is correct. But speaking of fatal 4-ways, there's also one set up for the next pay-per-view, the SmackDown branded pay-per-view, Fastlane. Which was different than initially advertised. Initially, it was supposed to be a triple threat match between AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship. But wait, there's more. This Tuesday, there will be a one-on-one matchup between Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler, and the winner will be added into the mix.
Of the WWE Championship match?
Yeah, so it'll be a fatal 4-way of AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and either Baron Corbin or Dolph Ziggler.
That's something. It's going to be a good match.
It's a thing. That's something. Yeah, it is a thing. It's a happening, as Gorilla Monsoon would say.
Yeah, just not the happening. Thank God.
Well, it was a great song by the Supremes back in '67.
That's not what I was talking about.
I
but
didn't think
go
so.
ahead.
I figured that I was alone. See, I had to trump your '72 reference by going back 5 years earlier. By the end of the show, we'll be hitting classical music.
By the end of the show, it'll just
be... Do you smell what the Bach is cooking? There you go.
Damn it.
What, did I beat you to the punch on that one?
No, I was just thinking, now there's not really a thing. There's got to be some sort of primitive music before that, but I don't know. The lute. I don't really know.
I was going to say, no, we're not going medieval here.
God, I hope not.
Watch it. No.
Why? Yeah, Yoda.
Exactly. All right. Some other tidbits to get into here. So, why don't we talk about some monies?
Ooh.
WWE giving their quarterly report and whatnot. And right before doing so, interestingly enough, announcing Thursday the promotion of George Barrios and Michelle Wilson, who... Really, the only times that you hear those names is when we talk about those quarterly reports. But they have been promoted to co-presidents. An interesting concept.
I was going to say, that McMahon, because he's going to be taking time away to focus on the XFL, you do understand that. I don't know if this was already covered, but he's going to be putting Triple H is going to be in charge of a lot of the booking for a period of time.
Well, for a period of time, but as far as
extended, I think.
McMahon was initially insisting that his role wouldn't be changing with the launch of the XFL. Now, I don't know if that means that it's changing leading up to the launch in 2020.
Well, he's still the owner. He's not like stepping down as the owner of the WWE. He just might not be focusing on the booking.
Fair enough. So more of those type things are going to be in Triple H's control. So, yes, as it says here, not only promoted to co-presidents, but appointed to the WWE Board of Directors, quote, in recognition of their contributions to 4 years of record revenues and the successful transformation to a multi-platform business model. And I believe the roll of your eyes that you just did there said it all.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
It's money things, which explains why you don't know what I'm talking about.
Very nice save.
Mm-hmm. It's what I do.
Way to turn the barrel back around, my friend.
Well, we just rolled out the barrel for 3 hours with the Polka Show, so it just makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, McMahon, Barrios, and Wilson heading the quarterly conference call on Thursday, touting record revenue for 2017 that exceeded $800 million. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to put the pinky on the corner of the mouth. Exactly. That'll come into play a little bit later.
Who throws a cupcake, honestly?
I didn't know TJ Race threw you into your opponents. Oh.
Are you calling me cupcake?
Well, a cupcake, but that's because they can't really use soft anymore. That's kind of been taken away thanks to recent events.
I mean, if you spell it the right way, it's legally different.
Yeah, true.
The best kind of different.
Indeed. They also noted the network subscriber count, which, strangely enough, was ever so slightly down. Just over 1.47 million paid subscribers as of the end of the year, which is down from September, where they had just over 1.5 million, and even down about 20,000 subscribers from the end of 2016. Interestingly enough. And just over 1 million of those are from the U.S., but down about 100,000, actually about 40, I'm trying to do the math real quick here, down just about 40,000 from September and up about 30,000 from the end of last year. And international continues to go up. There we go. Let's put the right letter in the right place there. I say it all the time, minimal sleep. What the hell do you want from me? 406,000 international subscribers as opposed to 401,000 3 months ago, well, from September to December, and 370,000 at the end of 2016. But also, oddly enough, last year's report included all the way up to the Royal Rumble, so maybe that's why the numbers aren't as different. Who knows? So, yeah, Rey Mysterio.
Yes, I've been looking forward to this one.
And I was going to say, as I look at the clock here, I think we'll save that for right on the other side to kind of pique your interest a little bit. Yeah,
Skinner.
That's what can I say? It's what I do here. So we'll get into that on the other side. Plus, I don't know how much. I was going to say maybe we can talk a little Honor Reigns Supreme as that went down last night.
Yes, it did.
We can go over. I did not get the chance to see it, so if you have any highlights or thoughts of that, because I know that you're pretty locked in on those sorts of things.
I am, but unfortunately,
you missed out on it too.
Yeah, I was. We were setting up for tonight's show.
Okay. Maybe they would have had it in the background. I don't know. But that does mean that it's time to tell you about about our good friends over at the Broken Goblet Brewery and how the championship celebration continues. Because yes, that was the thing this week.
Yes, it was.
For those outside of the Philadelphia area where we broadcast here, there's been a lot of green and white going on with the Eagles winning the first NFL championship in 58 years and the first since it was renamed the Super Bowl. So big ups to them for that. But the championship celebration continues at the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. The boys at B-Gob, they threw out a huge announcement yesterday of a fantastic beer release that'll be 1 month from today, thanks to some acquired Australian hops. Now, they initially were going to go with a Men at Work type theme, but based on the recent events here, releasing on March 10th, both on tap and available in Crowlers, is No One Likes Us, We Don't Care. A 6.7% unfiltered IPA, dry hopped with Vic's Secret and Equinox hops to bring out the pineapple, passion fruit, and citrus notes. So it'll have the bitterness of an IPA with a little bit of a sweet finish at the end. Kind of like watching most of Twitch's matches. Bitter with a sweet finish. That's how you won the titles, yeah?
Well, thank you.
It's the best I could do for a backhanded compliment. Since the brew
Don't worry, there's a big enough bruise. You did your job.
Success.
Jerk.
Exactly. Since the brew is dedicated to the passionate championship speech of the Eagles' Jason Kelsey, which some of which I definitely can't play on the air. The Broken Goblet is working on tying in a charity for the release event, ideally a local charity that Jason likes to work with. And there have been even talks, and I've been trying to make my efforts here, even speaking to El Jefe Roberto, to see what we can do about reaching out to Jason Kelsey to maybe assist the Broken Goblet with, but that's a bit of a lofty goal, but hey, got to shoot for the stars, right?
Right.
Anyway, for now, and as always, there are great brews on tap. What?
Nothing. I don't know. The
It
pause
struck
for a
you as
second.
funny.
It was just like you. I don't know if you were expecting me to say anything else, but that was pretty much all I had. Sorry.
Fair enough.
Not exactly bringing everything I'm bringing as much as I can to the table, though it's not that much in my current state.
All right, that one I'm going to definitely save. For now, and as always, there are great brews on tap, including the return of the Fall of Risengard Black Rye Ale, Yin Yang Oatmeal Stout, Under Her Spell Saison, and a whole bunch more. Just reasons.
They're taking the Hobbits to Risengard.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because there are a lot of Hobbit-esque references, easy for me to say, that the Goblet has used, including their Lonely Mountain series that they do every December, which is a beer based on a character from The Hobbit.
Yes.
Over the course of the past 4 years, this is going to test my memory.
Oh.
They've done Thorin in 2014, Nori in 2015. Oh, that was really good. The Belgian triple brewed with lavender. And then Bomber in 2016, I should say. I mean, I'd say last year, but it was 14 months ago. And this past December, they had Balin. And all of them very delicious. I believe bottles of Balin are still available at the Broken Goblet, now that you mention it.
Nice way to throw in a plug, or a nice little reference.
Yeah,
You're already throwing in a plug. What is...
I'm throwing in yet another plug during the spot that
I've been on the radio for 4 years. Can't you tell? I'm so good at this.
You're just filling the drop machine today. Just a few reasons
I'm
why...
doing what I can to make this show good.
Effort is the key to success. That is true. It's always a good time at the Broken Goblet Brewery, and apparently here as well. But the Broken Goblet Brewery at 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. Broken Goblet Brewing, the semi-official brewery of Pro Wrestling Weekly. Please enjoy responsibly. Because irresponsible enjoyment, well, that leads to what may have happened in a lot of places after this past Sunday evening and the events of it. They were definitely not enjoying responsibly at that time.
They were burning things, Fearon. They were burning things.
Yeah, I think a car was flipped too.
Yeah, that.
Never understood that, but that's a whole nother rant for another time.
I don't understand the point of rioting at all, but you know, if at least after a good thing happens.
And you went there. Well, I was trying to avoid it, but now it's out there. What can we do? I know what we can do. We can go to break, so we're going to do that here.
What do you mean I went there?
Well, I wasn't going to get into that discussion because I knew it was going to be like a whole.
Oh no, that's all I was going to say. I swear.
Okay, well, we'll leave it at that. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
All commentators heard on WBCB express their own views. Their opinions are not necessarily those of others on WBCB, including the staff and management.
I'm Henry Carpenter, a certified elder law attorney, and we're at Bucks County Elder Law, a life care planning law firm. The aging of roughly 77 million baby boomers sent a silver tsunami over all aspects of business, including healthcare, finance, real estate, and law. Our lifestyles are different now, too. Adult children may not live near their parents, and many of them are working full-time, and so are their spouses. At Bucks County Elder Law, we recognize this paradigm shift. There has been a change in thinking when it comes to planning for and taking care of our elderly. A paradigm shift shift is a revolution, a transformation, a sort of metamorphosis. It just does not happen, but rather it is driven by agents of change. Bucks County Elder Law has embraced these agents of change by providing an integrated approach to the legal care, financial care, and quality of life care for our clients. At Bucks County Elder Law, we empower you to make the best legal, care, and planning decisions for you and your family. We invite you to call us today at 215-493-0727 to schedule a free initial consultation. Join us each Tuesday at 9 a.m. for Senior Legal Strategies right here on WBCB, and to visit our website at www.buckscountyelderlaw.com.
Repairing or replacing the water or sewer lines on your property can be costly. BCWSA offers a low-cost maintenance program to protect the pipes that run from your home or business to the mains in the street. For as little as $5 a month for residential customers and $10 for commercial, you're covered. Some property contributions and exclusions apply. Go to bcwsa.net for details or call 800-222-2068. Your partner for a safer environment. BCWSA, proven.
Stepping into the unknown, it can be difficult to find the way. But with the compassion and security of Independence Blue Cross, obstacles become openings. As we have for nearly 80 years, Independence will continue to light the way. With the card accepted in all 50 states, giving you the power to shine forward to whatever awaits tomorrow. Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless.
Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, February 10. On this date in 1996, WCW Saturday Night aired live from Atlanta, Georgia. In the main event, Randy Savage defeated Chris Benoit by disqualification to retain the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 2003, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Los Angeles, California. In the main event, Chris Jericho defeated Jeff Hardy by submission. On this date in 2008, TNA held its Against All Odds pay-per-view. In the main event, Kurt Angle pinned Christian Cage to retain the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 2009, WWE's ECW aired live from Fresno, California. In the main event, Christian pinned Jack Swagger. This has been Today in Wrestling History, February 10.
You are listening to Pro Wrestling Weekly with Fearon Dairy.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Dairy alongside Sick Boy, better known as Lucas Twitch DeSangro.
Tick Boy, Sick Boy.
Tick Boy works too, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah, the names are endless.
Oh, you have no idea.
And that doesn't mean, and that, especially the ones I can't say on the air.
Beat me to it.
Yeah, I got nothing. Sometimes that happens. Okay, maybe a lot of times that happens.
Oh my God, Ted, note the time.
That's your revenge, isn't it? Yeah, except who edits these things?
Ted?
I could completely take that out if I wanted to.
Make a separate copy, Ted. I want this to stay. You know what to do.
Yeah, I know what to do too.
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I guess we'll...
The news. I meant the news about Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, fine. I guess I can get back into that here. I was trying to... This is what I was looking for. I definitely know what to do.
Okay.
Wow.
No, that's... Look, dude.
Unbelievable.
In other circumstances, I would be devastated, but I'm extremely... Not extremely, but I'm quite under the weather. So...
What an... Yeah, that's right. I said it.
Yeah, no, like, you said it muted. I don't know, like... Was it just to figure out what... So I could figure out what you're trying to say? Because it's a very visual thing for you to mouth that word.
Well, because I couldn't say it over the air, hence the bleep. It's like a censor bleep type thing. All right, let's
is a censor bleep type thing. It's not like...
What was it that Jason Kelsey said? No, never mind. I can't.
He said so many things.
Yes, he did. One of the
Into a 5-minute promo, he crammed a 10-minute match.
Wow. All right, Mysterio. Yes, so he spoke with Mirror, the UK Mirror, and was asked about the possibility of returning to WWE, saying, quote, "I want to say that there is a big possibility that I will be back." Now, bear in mind, this was earlier in the week, and we'll get to that in a minute with the puzzled look that you have in your face there. He says, "We're figuring out what the situation is, from both ends. But there is definitely a positive feedback on behalf of the fans, on behalf of the WWE staff, and on behalf of myself. I think we're possibly going to sit down and negotiate something where we can both work together and have a good time and enjoy." He also spoke about his surprise appearance in the Royal Rumble, saying when he made his entrance, quote, "It's indescribable. It was one of those moments that you had to be there to really live it. I don't think I've ever felt that type of reaction in a massive fan base like it was in Philly. Man, it was just unforgettable. It was just one of those things that you're going to cherish, and it will be with me for the rest of my life," end quote. And being there in person, I'd be hard-pressed to disagree. It was one of the bigger surprises of the night, in a night of many surprises.
Yeah, that was great.
Although I think right up there was the Hurricane reaction.
Oh,
honestly.
that was amazing, too.
I think I jumped up out of my seat for that one.
I would have jumped out of my seat, but we were sitting on a crash pad watching it, so.
Oh, okay. In the meanwhile, New Japan Pro Wrestling announced a challenge issued by Rey Mysterio to face legend Jushin Thunder Liger on March 25th of this year at New Japan's Strong Style Evolved in Long Beach, California. So, considering that it came from the New Japan YouTube page, that looks to be a done deal.
Booyaka.
Now, interestingly enough, this is not the first time that they've faced off. Did you know?
Yes, I did. Besides reading the
down
notes.
at your notes, yeah.
No, I wasn't glancing at my notes, actually. I was glancing at my phone.
Oh. You mean the phone that you're constantly distracted by?
Yeah. Which I was distracted by from looking at the notes. So, haha.
I don't think that worked in the way that you think it worked.
I don't think it did either. I suck.
See, now it's just me being an So there we go. Then now it's evened up.
I guess practice what you preach, right?
Who said that I was preaching that?
You called me one.
That isn't a preachery, though.
I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's just talk about Ray versus Liger. I'm tired, and my throat hurts, and I'm congested. Okay, cut me a break.
Sure. Yes, the two facing off just over 21 years ago at the WCW Starrcade pay-per-view on December 29th of 1996. Liger won that particular match, and interesting to note at the time, Liger was 32 years of age. Mysterio was just 22. Man, where does the time go? Just like it's almost going on this show. So, yeah, for those who, I was going to say, I know we talked a little bit about it, but the Honor reigns supreme. Quick go over on the results of that. Punishment Martinez did defeat Flip Gordon.
Woo!
Also, Kenny King beating Shane Taylor.
Yeah.
Silas Young winning a non-title match for the television title against Josh Woods.
Yay.
SoCal Uncensored beating Dalton Castle and the Boys.
Ooh, the SoCal Uncensored, for those of you who don't know, is Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky.
Indeed. Tennille Dashwood and Mandy Leon beating Stacey Shadows and Kelly Klein in the women's tag match. Jay Lethal beating Jonathan Gresham.
I heard that was a real match of the night from a lot of fans.
I mean, looking at the lineup, there were a lot of good ones, including the two following that. You had the six-man tag of the Kingdom, Matt Taven, TK Orion, and Vinny Marsaglia, beating the Bullet Club of Cody, Marty Scurll, and Adam Page.
Awesome. Not that I'm anti-Bullet Club. I just really wanted the Kingdom to win that match. So good for them.
Fair enough. And then in the main event between best friends Chucky T and Beretta against the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson was
Nat
the young
Mick.
buck. So many things I want to say right now, and they're going to wait about 6 minutes or so.
Oh, I know. It's sort of worth it. Probably not once you start belittling me once we get off the air, but you got to play those odds, right?
The Young Bucks beating the Best Friends.
Oh, I'm in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're
Oh, my God. Like, there is not even a hint of joking.
Yeah, I was gonna say those may not be the only Best Friends defeated after today here. Also, yeah, that's right. I said it.
You happy now?
Nope.
I'm never happy.
You know what? Let's. That's right. I knew there was one other thing, and I was going to get into birthdays and then get the hell out of here. Jason Jordan undergoing neck surgery this past Tuesday. Minimally invasive posterior cervical microdiscectomy. See, I can say that, but I apparently can't say Nick and Matt Jackson. Go bleeping figure. WWE Medical Director Dr. Joseph Maroon providing the following details to the WWE website, saying, quote, "He had an injury to a disc in his neck which resulted in significant pain that was refractory to all conservative measures. It was decided to do a minimally invasive operation to decompress the nerve to allow it to heal." I think that may explain why Jason Jordan had very limited action in the tag title match at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
As I think this was something that was nagging him for a while. All right, so we got about 3 minutes left here, so it's time for...
Birthdays.
Man, that's even sicker than the one that we already had of that. No, I'm not going to. All right, we're going Chuck Woolery style, 2 and 2. 2 with the birthdays and 2 Brucey bonuses. On this date in 1955, Christopher Adams was born. The former world-class championship wrestling star, best known for training Scott Hall and Steve Austin. And
Gentleman Chris Adams.
Chris
That's
Adams,
what I was
yep.
thinking of.
And for better or worse, popularizing the super kick. And yes, better known
Depends on who you ask.
That's why I said for better or worse. Better known to fans as Gentleman Chris Adams, died in 2001 at the age of 46.
How did he die?
I won't get into it.
Google it. Got it.
Yeah.
Keep it off the air, but I'm Googling it.
Yeah. No, it's... Let's say, what does Cactus Jack usually say?
Can I bang bang?
Yeah, there you go. Uh-huh. On this date in 1971, Lisa Marie Varon was born.
I know that one.
The former 2-time WWE Women's Champion and 5-time TNA Knockouts Champion, better known as Victoria and Tara, turns 47 today. And now to the Brucey bonuses, 2 things outside of the world of wrestling. On this date in 1930, Robert John Wagner was born. The longtime actor known for TV series It Takes a Thief, Switch, and Heart to Heart, but known to younger fans from the Austin Powers trilogy for his role as Number 2, turns 88 today. See, that's where the callback was to the million. Yeah, see, that's where I was going with that.
Very nice, very nice.
And finally, on this date in 1950, Mark Andrew Spitz was born. It's very fitting considering that the Winter Olympics just started this week here. The 9-time Olympic champion swimmer, notable for winning a then-record 7 gold medals in the 1972 Olympics, bested a decade ago by Michael Phelps. Well, he turns 68 today. What?
No, I'm just thinking of the episode of Family Guy where I think that's who Joe dressed up as, but they kept asking, "Are you paralyzed, Magnum TA," or something like that, and he just they kept making references to characters in wheelchairs, and he just kept getting madder and madder, like, "No, I'm Mark Spitz."
You'd think that the 7 gold medals would have been a giveaway. Did he have the 7 gold medals around
Oh,
his
he
neck?
did, but they just didn't care about that. They were just being mean to Joe.
Okay, I must not have seen that episode. Did they ask, are you a Paralympian or something?
Yeah, they said something about
that.
Oh, it was so messed up.
Family Guy.
I
Shame.
love it.
Shame gong for them.
Shame, shame, shame.
Yeah, there's a number of different shame things here, including this show, it seems like. So, yeah, I think it's about that time. was about to ask, what did we learn? But no, that's a Craig Ferguson thing.
That's also
All
a
right.
Family Guy thing.
It's a number of different things. So let's play us out, Nutsy.
1 o'clock and all's well.
Celebrating 60 years of broadcasting excellence. We're 1490 WB.